Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. All right, so happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. So, this is your Friday reading, obviously. Happy Friday. Okay, my name is Holly, psychic medium, energy reader, and let's get to it. All right, so the vibe for the day. I always like to start with that. So, the vibe, this isn't just for Friday because I don't post readings on Saturday and Sunday. So, I'm not sure about the vibe on Sunday. I don't think this extends quite into Sunday, but I do feel like this is for Friday and Saturday. Okay, so Friday and Saturday, I ask Spirit specifically for the energetic current or vibe for the collective. What is the stream we're swimming in energetically, basically? And to start with, I was directed to the back of a cabinet. I haven't used this in a really long time. One of my consignment thrift store purchases that I love so much. Violets, and it's a big old mug with a big handle. Okay. Violets are a great plant ally. They are medicinal. You can create beautiful confectionery desserts and treats with the flowers. The leaves, stems, flowers can all be used in tincture form as a type of medicine. You know, that's holistically speaking. Of course, don't ever take my word for anything medical. You know, you gotta go get yourself checked out. Um, but they hold a special place with me. They remind me of my grandmother, and and they're showing me this, so I guess I'm supposed to mention it. I don't know why. If this is too much, it's okay. She's moved on. She's happy in spirit and has been for quite a long time. Even on the coffin that she was buried in, there were these little tiles on the four corners of it that had violets on them. Violets are so closely connected to my memory of my grandmother, and bluebells and certain flowers, but violets in particular. And so I do feel like we are going to be in, I don't know about in need of, but the what I'm getting for the vibe and the current is that, thank you, Spirit. You are surrounded, you are not alone. That's been coming up so much lately. You are surrounded, you are not alone. Reach out to your ancestors, reach out to your spirit guides and guardians, reach out to it. Okay, I'm not getting a clear image of this. So, Spirit, please be as absolutely as clear as possible to help me understand what it is you want me to understand about this. When you reach out to specific relatives or ancestors that have moved on, no, they may not be there as your specific from birth guides. I mean, they were alive when you were born, more than likely, if it was a relative. But there is something about someone's about to get a download or some kind of, it feels actually like wisdom. It feels like someone is about to receive a gift, and it's going to be a gift of knowledge, insight, and wisdom, and it's going to be related to your ancestral line somehow. Because what I'm getting and what I'm hearing is that when you call on, and there's someone out there or a group of you that you have someone specific, just like for me with violets, it's specifically my grandmother. It's no one else. It's my maternal grandmother. And for some of you, when you call on a specific individual, there is a certain type of healing that happens. And I feel like it's even a physical healing. So someone may be receiving the gift of how to heal themselves, or it just may be a full-on one of those miraculous healing events. And I feel like that there is a relative who has crossed over and is in spirit form, or an ancestor who is coming through to do that for you. And someone I'm hearing is taking a trip to another area of the world. Someone is taking a trip to another area of the world, and it's almost like visiting a home country of some sort. Okay, and then the other thing they want me to mention is that I just got like a weird kind of lower abdominal, it's not bad, but it was just a little sharp kind of running, pinging pain that's not mine. So if someone is concerned about a health issue in that area and you have not gotten it checked out, please go get checked out by a medical professional. But also, for some of you, there is going to be relief from the symptoms of a physical condition with the help of your spirit healing teams. I believe this is a hereditary condition. What else? But yeah, go get checked out. You've got to get this checked out. Don't just assume it's going to go away on its own. Sometimes they do. But use the resources we have available to us. Okay? All right. All right. Didn't know that was going to come up. All right. And I kept asking, why this mug? Why this? Why this? Why this? And I wasn't getting an answer. So I guess they needed me to wait until I started doing this. All right. So to continue with the vibe, as we move into the card portion of the show, the Ancestral Path Tarot, big jumbo giant cards. So I just pulled one really quickly to set the tone, because everything I do is spirit led. And so I was called to pull a card to start and have it ready. And it's the Wheel of Fortune. Now, all the planets, don't be surprised if you start feeling and getting those vibrational waves from beings from other worlds, maybe. Okay, so there's that. But more so, the Wheel of Fortune is about I'm hearing changes in fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune and the word fortune, no duh, but I do think it's more than just a karmic wheel. The wheel is spinning. I think this relates to finances for someone. So for someone, you're about to have a big boon of finances. Boy, couldn't we all use that? So you're going to get news that a situation that you thought might be difficult is not going to be as bad as you think it is. And I feel like it's going to be with either finances or work. I'm hearing hold steady, and that makes the other two cards make sense, and I'll show you those in a second. But what I got with this one right now is hold steady. You will be just fine. It feels almost like what I'm seeing is like this huge big sack of money that's being handed to you. Now, that could be in the form of an inheritance. That could be in the form of work that you did a long time ago and you were never paid for, and then finally it just shows up. That could be for some of you, it's going to be a lawsuit that's getting settled for damages. Okay, whatever's going on, there is fortune coming your way. Now, I'm not talking about winning the lottery. I mean, it's like a reasonable amount that you would be able to like get you out of whatever circumstance you may be in. So understand that. Now, the steadfastness. Okay. So I haven't used these in a little while with you guys. This is the Colette Baron Reed deck, and it's the Spirit Animal Collection. So the two cards that came out when I was shuffling this deck, And the reason why I said it's related to that, and when I heard hold steadfast, buffalo spirit and turtle spirit. Okay, now with both of these, let's see, what is buffalo? I'm just now putting my glasses on. I didn't even read them before because I couldn't really see it. All right, buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Well, howdy do, there you go. And then, isn't that funny? I was like, I just saw buffalo and knew stability, it's coming, okay? And then read it, well, maybe it helps when I read it. And then turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Okay, turtle is so much more than that. Turtle is very balanced. Turtle is, in some mythology, the world was created on the back of a turtle. There is ancient wisdom with turtles, and some people read the turtle shell and the markings on the shells. Some of the really big turtles can even live to be a couple of 100 years old easily. So what I'm getting with this, and 10 is a card of completion and new starts, and or like 1 starting over, a new start. And this one is card 62. Add it together, 8, card of prosperity, wellness, and infinite growth, and infinite potential. So with these 2 cards in terms of the Wheel of Fortune, what I am hearing and getting about that is that, look at the difference in the size of those. That's not what I'm just observing that. So what I'm hearing about that, stay grounded, be patient, be patient. I keep hearing that over and over again. Stay grounded, be patient. You will have what you need when you need it. And for some of you, I think it's going to come through unexpectedly or earlier than you thought it would, if you are expecting it. Okay. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to go to the Light Seers Tarot. Oh, and the other day when I did that, someone did comment about it, and yes, it is the deck, this one that I had no idea what it was. Yeah. It was the Wildwood Tarot. I didn't find the box, but I did find the book. So, and again, I'm not even sure if it's in print any longer, but it is a very mystical and unusual deck. All right, so let's look at the Light Seers Tarot and see what kind of messages we can get for, let's say, Friday and through the weekend. Well, not through the weekend. I feel like Sunday Sunday will be a very specific and different kind of day. And Sunday I will record the reading for Monday. So I'll deal with that. It will be, I have a feeling it's going to kind of lend itself to the Monday energy too. But this is going to be your reading for Friday and Saturday. And it may even be more set. The energy may even be more of a Saturday read. So the 2 days, just see it as one big, long, extended day, okay? All right, what is the message for the collective? Mother, Father, God, all those right and holy, please come into this space. Provide protection in these proceedings. Guide and direct me in all my words, thoughts, and deeds. Help me to understand what to say to the collective. Help me to understand. All right. Help me to understand. Okay, that one belongs. Help me to understand what the messages are for the collective for Friday and Saturday. Okay. Now, that big collapse of cards, they all landed in my lap. This one is the only one that was face up, though, and it was kind of jumping out at me there, so I'm going to hold on to that one. I'm going to put that on. I'm sorry. I was just being very sloppy. This one kind of stayed off to the side. I have a feeling it's not. I'm hearing it is not embedded in this reading of cards that's on the table right now. This is something separate. Just hold it up and show it. It's the Hierophant. Stand in your belief system. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You are getting close. You are getting close to it. This is a single card reading with the Hierophant and that particular Hierophant. Stand in your spiritual truth. Stand in your spiritual truth. Do not put on a costume and pretend to be something you're not, because that is not really you. Be prepared not to defend yourself, but to stand firm in your belief system. Okay. Well, and with the holidays coming up, some people may have to do that. Okay. But remember, this is not about wearing a false face or a mask. This is about you being you, okay? All right, so, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 cards that did very clearly come out. All right, we've got the 4 of Swords, in a nest, in a cocoon, with a heart. Resting. Someone is resting, and they're resting after a broken heart. All right, I don't know how far, this was in the past. I don't know how long ago this was, that we'll get into that in a minute. 7 of Cups, making decisions. 6 of Swords. And it's moving toward, not away. So remember that. It's going to be important. The World. Full circle. And then we have the Lovers. I really like this particular image of the Lovers card because it's just with the orangey terracotta color and the passion, and the fact that her hair is wrapping around them almost like it's creating a bubble or cocoon of protection around them. Okay. All right. Spirit, take over. I feel like there's a message in here. I feel like there's a very specific message, and I don't want to get it wrong, so please take over. This might be as a kind of mini channel as well, because I'm kind of hearing direct language coming through. Just because your heart has been broken in the past doesn't mean it will in the future. Just because you are resting and withdrawn does not mean that you will not be making decisions very soon. You are on the cusp of making a brand new decision that will affect the rest of it and impact the rest of your life. Move boldly and quickly in the direction you seek and that you wish to be true. Rely on the navigation of your ancestors. Rely on the truth and wisdom that they brought and bring to you. You are closing out an old chapter. You are closing out an old chapter of pain and longing to embark on a new and passionate arrival of peace within your spirit. You have made the decision that you will no longer rest and cocoon in this pain. It doesn't serve you. This is the card. This is the card that keeps coming up. Where you will go, I will follow. Your home becomes my home. Isn't that the Book of Ruth, I think? I hope that means something to someone. And I have always been extraordinarily independent. I'm not one to say, hey, just point the direction, I'll follow anyway. No, no. I think very clearly and carefully about things. I think most of you do too. But what that indicates to me is that there is absolute and total trust. And you may be, I feel like there's a move. I feel like for some of you, it is related to a move. And maybe short-term travel will become, in the long term or in the future, a permanent move. Okay? Yeah. You are getting ready to close out an entire path that you were walking, but frankly, it was starting to get boring because you realize there must be more, and there's got to be more to life. That's kind of a nebulous reading. I almost don't want to dig into it too much because otherwise I feel like there's a certain amount of discovery that's about to unfold. I feel like that someone is on the cusp of a brand new awareness of self and place in this universe. And I'm also getting right here up through this area and in my jaws. And I started feeling it creeping up yesterday. At first I thought it was maybe a sinus headache, rule out the mundane, allergies, the weather's changing here. It's kind of miserable, a little pretty, but it's getting miserable. But I don't think so. And it comes and goes way too quickly. And now I'm starting to get that kind of fuzzy-headed, light-headed, queasy feeling. I feel like, at first I thought, well, maybe a spirit has been hanging out with me and I just need to deal with that. Because sometimes they do sneak up on you, But I don't think so. This feels like it's something a little more in the psychic realm, and I feel like it's something that's getting ready to happen. Big, bold movement. Big, bold change. That's what I'm hearing and that's what I'm getting. You may have to step out, this may not even be your reading. So for whomever this is for, take what parts of it resonate. If none of it resonates, don't try to make it fit. Please do not try to make something fit that's not yours. But for whomever this reading is for, I do feel like there may be a need to step out of your comfort zone. There is a need to step out of your comfort zone and be aware that there is a world around you that is bigger than where you are in this moment. Okay? You are going to be asked to step up into a really big energy. I just heard the Grand Dame, which I know people use that as a joke sometimes, but but no, really, you are going to be asked to be everything that you can be in strength, in wisdom, and maybe that's part of leaning on the past, leaning on the ancestors, leaning on the relatives. Ask to be bolstered, ask for them to give you strength, courage, and help in the decisions that will need to be made. I do feel like I'm hearing the number 3, so I think there are 3 different groups of people getting ready to make 3 very distinctly different decisions, and those 3 decisions will be life-changing. One will be about I just heard career path. One, it will be about an aging parent or parental figure that may be in need of some help. And the third one could be, what is the third one? Yeah, a relocation or a move of some kind. Stating a truth. That's it. The third one is stating a truth. But these are all life-altering, changing ways of being. The only one that is the emotional drain and hard to deal with would be the one where the person is dealing with the parent or parental figure. It could be like an uncle or an aunt. I think it's an uncle maybe. However, okay, it will lead everyone to a very different place and a better place. Just ask for strength to step up, be in your power, be in your authority, and ask Spirit to help you and guide you in all your words, actions, and thoughts. And that will help lead you and give you strength to do what needs to be done. Now, I know all of this sounds scary and bad, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a wonderful, good thing. It could be a great thing. But sometimes change, even good change, it can be a little frightening sometimes, and that's okay too. All right. Before this gets any stranger, I think I'm going to just go ahead and let it stand here. All right, so this should prove to be an interesting weekend. If nothing else, I feel like that there are going to be some internal decisions made, and you may not even voice them to the people around you yet. Okay? You may make a big life-altering decision and keep it to yourself for just a little bit until you have everything lined up. Okay? And for some of you, it's going to be stating it outwardly and the need to state it outwardly. So we've got those two things going on. Everything else falls into one of those two areas. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great weekend. Live your life and live it fully. All right. And I will be back with you soon. All right. Take care, everyone. I'm sending you love and gratitude. Thank you.